Angelina the Serrano, Chapter 4, Broken Glass. Spider webs above and below. Cracks spread through my tiny apartment, under my blow-up mattress, like a rock never to be lifted. I sprawled on the bed, legs thrown across the white sheets. I closed my eyes, breathed in the quiet of the night. I opened my eyes, stared at the low red light on the white suitcase by my side. A sewing machine suitcase from Grammar, Virginia. I kept my CDs in the suitcase, what few I hadn't sold for drug money. I set on the suitcase a succession of alarm clocks, books, water glasses, in my previous life, condoms. I called Marith, a friend from Portland. Snap of the static come to life. Hey, just like you to call it midnight, she laughed. Still in Portland, where I used to live. In Portland, with my heart, friends, soul, volition. I longed for those halcyon golden days, beer on the porch, summer sun. Is there something wrong with that? I'm sorry. You're probably sleeping. No. Getting ready to go out, actually. I'm getting ready to go to sleep, but I'm not sure I can. You? No, I'm just anxious. I'm afraid someone is going to break in again. That's legit. Just remember to breathe. Right. My shrink told me I should do breathing exercises and cut down on the coffee, but I don't know. They gave me these pills. They're sort of helping. Micah didn't stay over? He should stay with you, or invite you over, or something. I sighed. No, he has Tim, his boyfriend, who he lives with. He's occupied. He's in love. Are you crushed out again? I told you not to do that. I told you to find someone who's actually straight to fixate on. It wouldn't fucking matter. What? Do you want me to go to the whistle stop or something? Try to pick up some lame bartender? I'm getting too old for that. I've gotten too old for this. Whatever. Just chill on the gay boys, okay? Think attainability. And the same for the straight girls. Right. But God, I didn't tell you. You remember Curtis, right? From the dustbin? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, Dylan's not hallucinating again. It's worse than that. Mel told me. Curtis was into some heavy shit for a while. You remember? He got into heroin a few years after you left. He had been stringing it along for a while. You know how him and Damien, he. He's delicate. God, the tears ran behind my eyes. He's susceptible to everything. He takes things hard. He's dead. He OD'd. I set the phone down. The red light blurred me down. Moonbeat to slug down the last dregs of my wineglass, fold myself into the sheets. I dreamt of Curtis, perched on a windowsill, in my red-painted room, in Portland. Silver moldings splayed around him, the walls streaked with collaged paintings of saints and angels, smoking cigarettes in spiked collars. One wall had typewriter text about oranges. Next to Curtis, Marith was doubled up, folded into herself. Her ballerina skirt billowed around pale arms spread flat to show the Sharpie tattoos he drew on her. They smiled, giggling like children. A bottle of pink champagne half visible on the floor. Survivor's guilt. There comes a time when the death toll grows, when the people I've left behind come out, when I remember, whether it's drugs, AIDS, suicide, a random bullet in the night. It hurts that I grow forward, and those I love sometimes do not. Why was I chosen to survive? It is actually a curse to survive with these memories. It was not a battle fought in the sense of guns and ammo. My battle was fought along thighs, with Coke straws, with long, endless nights, with empty bottles of whiskey, all the things I never said to you. Curtis, Damien, Brady, Katie, I remember you. Micah, are you still out there somewhere? Facebook does not have all the answers. I checked the Social Security death index periodically after I moved away from San Diego. I looked him up, Micah Pilar. There was no record of his death. I kept checking as the years passed, as his Facebook profile abruptly disappeared, as his phone was disconnected, as we lost touch. I hoped not to find what I feared, that he was dead. 2016, I fumbled with the lock on my mailbox, hoped against hope that there might be mail today. The sun beat down on my sunburned shoulders. It was too hot to wear anything but a cotton halter from Express. I wiped sweaty hands on the black cotton, popped open the mailbox. There was an envelope, a large envelope, labeled CalArts. I grabbed it, sent a litter of penny saver newsprint to the Pebble courtyard, crouched down, ripped it open, saw the words, "Welcome to the MFA Critical Studies Writing Program." I got into graduate school. A smile burst on my face. I sat on the Krakatoa patio, sipping an iced coffee with a long straw, sheltered by magnolia trees and palms, draped with Christmas lights. The patio extended in a circle around the small coffee house. Krakatoa was up the street from me. I came to Krakatoa often, always to sit alone, read, scratch in my notebook like a teenage virgin, popping my characters to new postures, bringing folders of the Jet Set Desolate manuscript to scribble and edit. I saw a grinning jaw that I thought was Micah. He was with a tall man with sandy hair, swim trunks, a prim-pod Shih Tzu. Timothy pulled out a chair, set the dog a bit nearby. "Oh, hello, Lena," Tim said. "Meet Blanche." Micah pulled out his own chair. "That's the baby's baby," he said. "Oh, she's adorable." "Oh, you have no idea," Micah scowled. "You flew the dog to Paris, yet didn't take me. I feel a good coffee." "No coffee today," said his boyfriend. "Oh, no." I looked down. I knew that Timothy supported Micah. I knew equally well how insistent he could be. He asked me for money, too. "Well," Micah continued, "we went to Dos Flores last night for dinner. You would not believe what the man said to me." He said, "Oh, don't tell that story again," said Timothy. "We've heard it. We've done it. We've been there. We've done that. I don't care that he didn't make your spring rolls extra minty like you asked, but I just wanted mint, and there was no mint. It's not too much to ask. It wasn't like I was having heart palpitations. It was like getting a mint julep with cilantro." "Well, Tam, I hide." I giggled. This shade of the central palm dabbled my forehead. Light and shade on the table. Slashes over the men's two ice waters, like the undulations of a swimming pool in the dusk and twilight. "So have you been, dear?" Micah asked. "I got the letter. I got into CalArts." "Oh, you did? Oh my God, Timmy, this is kind of a big deal." "Kind of, almost definitely. We are very proud of you, Lena." I dimpled. Micah began again. "Well, in our world, the neighbor's been worse. We woke up to Thursday to him on the balcony, holding a length of plastic tubing, grimacing in this particularly gruesome way." "Heavens," I said. "Oh yes, heavens, I was appalled. Simply appalled. We tried to call the police after he'd climbed back down again. They said they couldn't do anything. He didn't actually come into the house. A haunting, an apparition. We have a ghost. It's not so cute. He seemed threatening. Listen, Lena, he was yelling, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. My God. Dreadful. Simply dreadful. I just don't know what we're going to do, Tim said. He's a paranoid schizophrenic, added Micah. I'm sorry. When he doesn't take his meds, he comes over here with a vengeance. He's opened my door in a full-on Mary Tyler Moore flip with lipstick smeared like blood across his face. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna assault me, at least do good drag. Divine does not convince me. I want candy, darling. Good luck, I said. I mean that. Timothy left to feed the dog. Micah walked me home. On the corner of the alley between Krakatoa and Jerobo's, the sun beat down. He took my hand. Morticia, he said. Last night, he brought my hand to his lips. He screamed, he paused, like a banshee. He kissed my wrist. In a graveyard, then at my arm, by the light of the full moon. He folded my arm back, mouthed my wrist. Morticia, last night, another kiss. You scared me. Again. Morticia, I blushed. Do it again. He dropped my hand, walked across the street. Micah was playing the bisexual triad game. I fell backwards against the chain link fence. 2 feral cats and a begonia marked my wake. I breathed, watched him enter his gate. His boyfriend's dog, Blanche, frolicked on the scabbled dust grass outside with cacti to the spines. Lush grass fell inside the courtyard. The SeaWorld acrobats filled kiddie pools and sat in them when the temperature reached 100 degrees. I watched him walk away. My project concern office desk was as clean as Clorox wipes could make it. Indigenous Maasai fabric wall hangings draped neatly behind my receptionist desk. The phone before me rang rarely. It was most often occupied with office supply orders, UPS shipments, to the nonprofits outposts in Ethiopia, India, Nicaragua, other parts of the world. The job barely paid enough for gas to get there and back. A heartbreaking labor of love, based on mutual exploitation. We both got to feel good about doing something good, with a little leftover for wine, rent, and tamales. My boss and I had a good working relationship. Sally was a sweet, wide-eyed blonde who could motivate me to do pretty much anything. I did a lot for Project Concern. I rewrote the employee manual, revamped the filing system. I was the receptionist with the mostest. I tried as hard as I could. It was the last office job I ever had. I still failed. I always do. I frenetically scribbled novel dialogue in my notebook under the desk. The new executive assistant came in. I trained her. Now she was my boss. Awkward. My Ativan prescription wouldn't be renewable until the next week. Dr. Montoya worried about the addictive potential of the stuff. I was made to sign all sorts of waivers and controlled substance disclosures before she would provide it for the first time. My county mental health doctor urged me to consider stopping the anti-anxiety treatment now that we were 3 weeks past the break-in. She said I should have found my peace by now. You lost the TV. You lost the blender. It's just stuff. I clutched my cell phone to my ear in the work bathroom. Hope no one was in the stalls. I told my doctor that my old housemate in Portland died. My best friend in San Diego was HIV positive. I was worried about graduate school. My psychiatrist agreed to write me another prescription, but only one. Then I would transfer doctors to somewhere in Valencia, somewhere near CalArts. Then it would be out of her hands. 1 week to go. 1 week before I could get my Ativan, my lorazepam. I loved the long, languorous, generic name. I loved writing long, languorous dialogue for my heroine and my notebooks to be typed up when I got home. I was anxious without lorazepam. My new boss did not love it that I wrote a novel at work. She also did not love the fact that I took six days in the last 2 months to see my psychiatrist. At the dinner table, my mother told me over and over I should lie to Project Concern about going to graduate school so they would hire me, that I could actually see a real psychiatrist, get more regular therapy, a therapist that could work on that escalating alcoholism. All I ever wanted was to be safe, secure, have enough to eat, something to do that felt good, healthcare. I lied about so many things to keep jobs, keep having enough to eat. I never told any employee that I was a bipolar drug addict. However, lying about that one thing that I was so desperately proud of, that I was going to remake myself, go to the hallowed halls of California Institute of the Arts, be legitimized, redeemed, that I would not lie about. I had that sliver of pride left. So Project Concern knew that I was leaving for graduate school in 3 weeks. I told them. I had a panic attack, left abruptly after lunch. Jenny fired me, right then and there. I stared out at the rooftops from my lounge on Micah's bed, the expanse swathed with cowboy sheets, bloodstains. 2 weeks had passed since I was fired. Timothy out of town. I was over at Micah's. I was about to leave Golden Hill forever. The French doors open to the summer night, the sky luminescent with stars, over palm trees, bursting to the skyline. Micah smoked a cigarette out of the balcony, stared fiercely into the night. His arms were marred with bandages, his jaw clenched. The fairy wisps of smoke drifted up along the tall green stripes on the walls surrounding. The bang came suddenly, like artillery downstairs with a guttural roar behind. I took a long drink of the Shiraz on the bedside table. Band-aids, drew up her hum. The roar came again with the sound of breaking glass. I ran a hand across my short, bleached hair, smoothed it over the 2 cowboys on the sheet, traipsing around a campfire in lockstep, the bed Micah shared with his boyfriend. Micah spoke. There's nothing we can do. Are you sure? Can't we call the police? I've tried. They tell me that as long as he doesn't actually come into the apartment, there's nothing we can do. Good Lord. I took another drink. My lips stained purple. I curled up in a ball on the bed, cupped my knees. The ceiling fan turned and turned above us. Beads of moisture formed on the blades. Micah got up in his boxers, tossed the camel out the window, stalked into the bathroom. A huge wooden carousel rooster stood guard along the wall. Orange beak curved to steel, to bite. My bare legs stretched behind me in shirt and panties only. I turned away, waiting. I was good at waiting. It was too hot to wear clothes. We had crept out of our clothes slowly with the wine, the daytime heat not abated with the nights advancing. Timothy was away, working, painting ceilings in another country. There was a wrenching sound from below. I cringed. I yelped, skittered off the bed towards the stairs. Up or down, there was no relief, only upwards. outwards, towards the sky to fly, over the narrow courtyard with its row of kiddie pools, cacti, to the spines. Micah emerged from his bedroom. Look, he said, I don't know. I don't know anywhere else I can go. I know you can go home. You should. There's no need to stay here with me. I stared up at him, shredded the sheets beneath my fingers. Knew this was his boyfriend's apartment, not my own. It was wrong for me to lie half naked in his bed, stay past the designated hour. I lingered. I linger still. I was just so attracted to Micah, my dashing bisexual friend. I was so alone in the world. I knew that whatever I gave him, sexually, would not matter at this point. I was about to leave town. No, I can't. I wouldn't be mad. You can. I won't. Then let's dance. He turned on the record player, put on a Johnny Mathis record. 12th of Denver came on. Micah reached out to me. Come. I rose, let him wrap me in a waltz. Ballroom dancing to records was something Micah and I did together, part of our pantomime of romance. I fumbled in my steps as his broad arms wrapped my waist. A rattle and a shriek came from downstairs. Don't think, said Micah. He twirled me. I stepped free, wrapped back in his arms as he flicked his wrist. We were practiced, just as practiced as turning away. I fell to kiss his neck. That's entirely enough of that. Micah smiled softly. Let me go. His shoulder bandage fell. It was a drunken mirror accident. Vicodin, red wine. This earned him a substantial phone lecture earlier that weekend from Timothy. I stared at his arms from the other side of the bed. He talked on the phone that afternoon. My finger traced forward from time to time, withdrew again, extended with longing, clamped along the sheets. Micah had to know I wanted him. Was it just that he was so financially dependent on his boyfriend? Perhaps. I tried. There was blood all over the sheets now from Micah's wound. Dried blood. I knew it was HIV positive infected blood, but I didn't care. I rolled around in it, sprawling, my legs tunneling through the sheets. I kissed Micah's neck again. No, Lena, I can't. I really can't. But it's more than just him. It's the fact that you're about to leave forever. I don't want my parting present to you to be that. My HIV. You know this. Even with a condom, there is risk. I know. No. The last time, no. I stared down at my hands. Micah walked again to the window, stared out fiercely. What I would have done for him. Micah reached for his cigarettes, pulled one out slowly. It's a warm night, he said. I put my clothes on, gathered my things. Downstairs, there was the sound of breaking glass.